I mean, nobody is above the laws of the land. That is the principle that we all operate with. We are invited to the police station occasionally. Whether you like it or not, you have to accept it. That is the power that has been given to the law enforcement agencies. So, if Wontumi is a Ghanaian and it's not above the law and has been invited, I don't see why he must preempt. In any case, what does he know that we do not know? What does he feel he has done that he knows is against or offends the laws of the land, that he is crying ahead of time? Because if you are invited to the police station, the police is not a court. They are there to, as it were, take your caution statement. And so if you have not done anything wrong, I don't see why you must be afraid to honor any police invitation. Again, for him to have come out to let everyone know that he's been pursued by the police means he was aware of the presence of the police. Was it the case that he was refusing arrest? Because I've seen the police showcase a search warrant that they had. If a police comes to your house with a search warrant and he refuses to grant them access, does it offend the law? Does he have issues to answer? That is where we are now. But then, in terms of what he is supposed to have done, alleged to have done or not have done, it is a matter that is very common to all of us. See, the idea of galamsey, all of us know, is an illegality.
Right.
So when people say we must stop galamsey, I sometimes find it offensive. It's something that is illegal. We have to deal with it. We have to arrest culprits and not to negotiate. It's just like telling us that we know Bless is an armed robber, but we must negotiate with Bless for purposes of this discussions. How can we negotiate with an armed robber? The laws of the land must work. And has to work to perfection. We have been in this country where, what's the name? Erastus Azaredonko did a documentary in the Tano Numere area, where it was established that indeed the Akonta mining were involved in an illegal mine. In fact, they had entered into the Numere forest. And not just that, they were washing mercury into drinking water, river bodies. Maybe the people that he's calling, the Ghanaians that he's calling on them to rise up, he has killed all of them through his activities. So who is going to rise up? Those of us who are hungry, having drunk polluted waters from your activities that you are calling on us? It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. In any case, who told him that is every Ghanaian that is interested in people that destroys the lands? One Ghanaian rose up against galamsey. Did he join us? He felt it was not necessary. So why must we, as it is coming out that the reason for his invitation has to do solely with, as it were,
galamsey.
The galamsey. So you want me to rise up to go and defend galamsey when my position in the past has been to fight against galamsey. Yeah. And if it is determined that you are involved in galamsey, then I must rather rise up and come and chase him out and not to defend him. Go and see the footage, the video evidence of the sort of destructions that are happening in our environment.
It's terrible.
And you are calling on us to rise up. So we rise up for nothing. We cannot allow people to do things with impunity. I have said that this administration, if they care to know, might just go and pick Professor Philip Boateng's report that he gave to the former chief of staff that they did nothing about it, where he catalogued all the sins of the past administration, including some the MP for the NDC MP for Amenfi Central. You know, Professor Philip Boateng had been vindicated. Recently, which MP was caught on tape negotiating with the military? Was it not the same Amankwa? So anybody thought that Professor Fremobate just conjured some things together and put up a report, then that person must be coming from the moon. Pick that report, go after all those whose names were mentioned in the report for them to account for why they had the right to destroy the environment. We are told that you have, and these are just issues that are coming out, that alleged contracts that were given to him had also not been executed. These are matters that if you have not done anything wrong, go there and answer. After all, in court, you see, those that have never been to court, they think that the moment you go there, that you are pronounced guilty. You have to go through a lot of process. In fact, if you send someone to court, the onus lies on you, the accused, the plaintiff, to prove your case. Yeah. And proving a case is not an easy thing. So if, from how he is behaving, the only deductions that I can make is that he feels he has done something wrong. That is why he's calling on people to mass up. In any case, when he did, were people encouraged by his call? You saw only a handful of people. Because you see, I'm on various platforms. And I know how people are insulting his own NPP people. That when you were enjoying, did you invite us? When you were showing gold on live TV, did you invite us to come and take part in that gold sharing? Or did you give us our share? Claiming you did it on behalf of the New Patriotic Party is the reason why you are suffering. If anybody must suffer because of being an NPP person, then the first person that must suffer must be President Akufo-Addo. Because he was the president, he was the chief scribe. Followed by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and then descending to the national chairman. You are only a regional chairman. This 2x4 populist tactics implemented in the past is not going to happen again. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I do not want to engage myself in his call. The call is unwarranted. If he has been invited, I heard his lawyer say that today they will be going to the CID. He must go there. Whatever charges are there for him, he must go through the motion. And then afterwards, if there are any prosecutions, after all, day in and day out, ordinary Ghanaians are prosecuted. Nobody is special than the other. This business of trying very hard to create a class society in this country will be resisted. That's like what PD was saying, that because of people's political positions, they are offered lands in prime areas as cheap as granite. And you ask yourself, if I also go in my capacity as an ordinary Ghanaian, I will be offered the same opportunity. These are some of the things that create problems for various countries. So he must go and answer for all his deeds. But I know that he understands very well that under his own regime, when the issue of the Akonta mining came up, Abu Jinapo issued a statement as a Minister of Lands and Natural Resources that they are not giving or issued any permit for him to be mining in the town of Nimre Forest. Remember that issue? That this was a sector minister. And I believe one of the reasons why the LI 2462 was actually promulgated was to
also help him do that.
Because now, then he could safely go and hide behind that, but there is a law that is protecting mining in the forest. You see why I have never been charitable to President Akufo-Addo. Even when people are destroying, doing dubious things, people are going against the wishes, the aspirations of the people of this country, he makes law to legitimize the activities. And that is why today, we are not too sure. We are told by scientists that cancer takes 20 years to manifest. We are not too sure the children that we are bringing forth, or you and I, in 20 years' time, how our health status will be. That is why, as we speak, he is one of the reasons why the turbidity levels of our water bodies is 14,000 NTU. When the acceptable limit, according to the World Health Organization, is only 5 NTU. Look at the difference between 5 and 14,000. It means we are drinking our death. These are nation records. When the Chinese people were, some Chinese people were accosted at the town of the Nimre Forest area and asked whether they could do what they were doing in that area back in their homes, home regions or country. They said they had been instructed by the Akuntamani to be doing so, according to Erasto Donko, when he did the interview. So not just Ghanaians doing it, in spite of the Ghanaians doing it, they are also instructed foreigners to kill Ghanaians. Today we are giving birth to children with 3 eyes, 4 legs. What is this? All in the name of looking for money. So those days that we were not doing galamsey in this large scale, were we not surviving as a country? Countless occasions that I come here that in those days that we were growing, you will hear Obuasianka. Origins that were coming from Obuasi, beautiful.
Sweet.
So sweet. That we could have developed on it to even export. The modern day Ghanaian with all the modern learnings came into the bean and they have destroyed it. Go to Obuasi, between Obuasi and Dunkwa, on the roadside, galamsey is happening. To just assuage the shame, they have used what? Roofing sheet to cover the roadside as if there is massive development going down there. If you take off the roofing sheet, what you will see, you will weep for this country. The road leading to the airport, the Obuasi airstrip, early morning in the full glare of both the police and onlookers, people are engaging in galamsey. What sort of incivility is this? And we had a political party that was bold enough to give its mandate in this stronghold to someone known to be doing this. And today when the laws of the land is being applied, you are saying that people must rise up to kick against the laws. Hey! Then those of you that want to be going, you must be coming from the moon. Interestingly, I've seen a lot of people type of various platforms to tell them that, look, we are in opposition. We didn't get anything. My wife has warned me that if I go and I do not come back, I should consider this marriage broken. Because the very person that you are fighting for, when he had the opportunity, he didn't look after you.
He didn't have your interest.
And like Kojo Ponkruma said,
politics,
nobody has your interest.
Yes.
So I'm even wondering why the people of Wasia Yoruba take him serious. Because he has come to tell you the truth that in politics nobody has anybody's interest. Yet he is claiming that he is representing the people of Wasia. So what sort of interest does he have for the people? So the very day he said that the people of Wasia Yoruba should have sacked him. That's the lesson you claim, because he doesn't have your interest. Why must people be walking about with this useless philosophy that you are a politician and you don't have people's interest? So you are there to only deceive people. And so you have made a serious statement. If I were the one going to contest against him anywhere, in any contest, assembly election, parliamentary election, regional election, I will play this tape to the people and tell them that this is a gentleman who is saying that he will come and do this. Yet his philosophy is that in politics you don't have anybody's interest. So Wontumi, and if this was coming from Kojo Ponkruma, it means that has been the philosophy with which the NPP was operating and has been operating to date. So Wontumi in power does not have anyone's interest, but in opposition wants to create the impression. Do you believe for a moment that Wontumi's accounts that he claims have been frozen, you find money in there? Me, I was even castigating the national security and those that have frozen their accounts. I would be very surprised. I mean, from where I sit, one of the reasons why the city is even stabilizing, appreciating fast, is that those NPP guys who store the monies and put it under their best, poly tanks and so on and so forth. They are changing the money. They want to run away. So the national security must tighten all the borders. They are changing the money. You get it? So I do not sympathize or empathize with Wontumi, especially when he has made it known to all and sundry that indeed he goes by his name Wontumi. You know the meaning of Wontumi? You can't.
You can't.
Someone that said nobody can touch him. In fact, at a point he was saying that former President Mahama, then candidate,
he said all sorts of silly things.
Yeah, he said he needed clearance from him, even in opposition, before he could enter Kumasi.
He even attacked his person. Some of the things he said were very defamatory.
Now you are even talking about brother. Go and see what he did to Mr. Alan Chemate. He took Mr. Alan Chemate to the cleanest, to the extent that there is a video that I'll send to you for you to play. That was the first time in a long while of Mr. Alan Chemate's political career, from the 90s to the 2000s, that he came out angry.
I think I've seen that.
I'm sorry, you play here.
Did you share it on Facebook?
Yes.
I think I've seen it.
Yes. That you insulted Mr. Alan, in spite of the fact that it was through Mr. Alan Chemate that he became popular within the NPP. By associating with him, he encouraged the people of Bosomtwe, his constituency, to vote for him as the constituency chairman. And when he was working hard, he also appealed to the various constituency chairmen within the Ashanti region that, oh, this young man is so vociferous, he can do the work, so consider him as a regional chairman. But when he was with Mr. Alan Chemate, he was disciplined because Alan Chemate will not allow you to go and do anything anyhow. He became the regional chairman. He was cornered and moved into the other side of the camp, and they used him against Mr. Alan. He could insult any given opportunity. He was insulting Mr. Alan Chemate. He even told us that when Mr. Alan Chemate was enjoying money with his girlfriends, can you imagine? Did he invite you Wontumi? You Wontumi, when you were showing your gold to the general public, when you were flaunting your wealth, did you enjoy it? So why are you inviting me to go and do what? That's a silly comment. And he was crying. These are all the quality. Look, I want to get the local name for it. Galamsey or Kresu is a bait. He wants to court public sympathy and then turn the whole thing into NDC, NPP. And at the end of the day, the distractions that he has caused to the environment will be lost on Ghanaians. As for the various contracts that are circulating, that he took contract from Abofu to Offenso here and there, I have no evidence to that effect, and so I'll wait patiently. But it is turned out that he was giving some money, and he really went for the money, and jobs have not been done. Then we will be able to go after him to answer the questions, because that is Ghana's money, and Ghana's money has to do with our taxes. We pay for those monies to be extended to him. It's not his money. But telling us that you were only a mere regional chairman. A mere regional chairman went for big contracts. A mere regional chairman had the opportunity to destroy the environment. That is why you have to even answer questions them all. And it is feeding into the various scenarios. Lord bless me, I have said that any ministry or agency that is yet to identify any rot under the former administration that they want to cover up. Take it from me, all the ministries were rotten. Anything about that place? This cover up business, that's what I don't want to hear. And that is what is annoying the Ghanaian. Look, the Ghanaian is more interested in accountability. You know why? Because the Ghanaian has realized that the little resources we have, if we were going to spend it judiciously, we will not be where we are. You understand? All the work that this current administration is doing, if we are unable to tackle corruption, it will be cost 90. It's just like fetching water into a basket. So if you have come and taken over a place and rot has happened there, and because you want to do scratch my background, so you are also going to continue to steal. We are giving you the honeymoon up to July. If by July all the agencies do not come out with all the roles that has been identified, we will come after you, because it means you want to play ball with them. All the agencies, because it became the order of the day. Whatever you can lay your hands on in your sector, just grab it. Just grab it. Were you not in this country where you were told by the ministry, the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Dr. Akutefrie, that fertilizers were being transported out of this country through horses or something?
Donkeys.
Donkeys were stealing fertilizers. What are they talking about? So, bless, we need to tackle it. And it will not be out of place for this government to do that. Coupled with the fact that now the economy is stabilizing. So if you begin to retrieve these loose monies, the monies that is in the hands of these people, if you don't control them, they will mess your economy for you. Because then they have the purchasing power.
Yeah.
So try and get it into your fold so that you can use it as a monetary tool to stabilize the economy the more. Can you imagine we retrieving all the billions of dollars with these people? And it is with them. That's why in opposition, they are only waiting for 2 years. They know. If this government gets to know, after 2 years when they attempt anything, it will not be popular with the Ghanaian. And then that time they will use the money to fight you because you will be getting closer to the next elections. Mind you, in 2 years' time, all political parties in this country will begin to go to congresses and conferences to elect who leads them. Once that process starts, politics starts, nothing you could do that will fly. So you carry out your mandate as early as possible, as quickly as possible, so that people are brought to book. That is why I was not fascinated with how the Rambo star, this Adenta Kumi, was arrested. Go after people who have stolen our money with Rambo star and invite infantiles like Adenta Kumi. If you had invited Adenta, he would have wooed on himself like 30 times. There's a mere invitation. Adenta Kumi. You go when they say go and finish and go and start at the headquarters. We are the new person. A mere invitation would have wooed on himself.
But I think his back was looking wet.
Adenta Kumi is that? Kumi. Oh my God, my God.
I thought it was like that too.
I don't do it. So, Wontumi and his rants, don't take it serious. You know, he did that in 2013, a flight, when he lied to the entire country that he lost 500 excavators. Wontumi says he had 500 excavators. The Ghanaians believed it. 500 excavators. If you come at you, if you go and ask them 500 excavators today, they will tell you that wait for us in 2 years' time. What is he talking about? So let's leave it here and then let the security
let's assume he was telling the truth, that he had 500 excavators.
Yes.
What was he using them for?
Galamsey.
Thank you.
Imagine the damage that those 500
So let's
excavators
even
have
take
done.
his word and deal with him.
He has called for my
excavators.
case. If you go to the Tano Numere area, the sort of distractions. When you see some of the
what is this? Police station by the roadside.
What is this?
It's happening.
So if Mamo sang this song, Yanyara Assassin, what we are doing now is to destroy the land. If our forebears have done what the lives of Wontumi have done, would we have got it where we are? Would we be having a country called Ghana? This silly and crave for money. When they get the money to, you don't know what they use it to. It doesn't reflect in anything. Just destroying the environment to go and put up a building, that is all your success. If putting up a building is success, then I don't want to be successful. But when you put up a mansion, what area can you even sleep?
Yeah, just some small parts.
Mobutu Sese Seko, the last time they were showing us his mansion, is rotten. At that time, he thought he was on top of the world. He's no more there. The mansion is rotten. Always say, let your lifestyle be to the public good. Defend public interest. And that is why I'm always in favor of his idea that he's fighting for the land. How many lands would he get from it? But for posterity, the unborn generation, the environment that we are living on, we are supposed to say protect it for the unborn generation. And here, those of you too who are doing backroom machinations that are Chimota Forest, you can do anything about it. Oh, it will be beautiful. It will remain a forest till some of us we die. The name of the place is Achimota Forest, and nothing must change that title.
Right. Thank you.
Can I remind him of the operation
Recover All Loot?
Recover All Loot must work.
Yes.
Before you came in the studio, I was actually proposing that yourself and his boss make a passionate appeal to the president to allow the cleanup of the Revolution Square opposite the Jubilee House,
okay,
or the Flagstaff House, on 4th of June.
Yes.
Because it signifies probity and accountability.
It has to.
And that is what the Operation Recover All Loot is all about. So we can together join you.
Yes.
To start the Operation Recover All Loot must work.
It's a beautiful idea. Yeah, we will take it up.
It's a movement.
Yeah, it's a movement. It's a movement.
I'll do a few messages. Bless. I think President Mahama must involve Solomon Owusu in his government. He's an intelligent guy. Mohammed Ntechiman sent this one. Thank you, Mohammed. Good morning, Bless, and your panelists. It's shocking that the traders are still static on their price of goods and services. This behavior of the Ghanaian trader, fuel has reduced, dollar is down, and still you don't want to reduce your price. Why? Government must employ military style. Thank you. Bless, watching you live from Loho. Was Wontumi crying or wailing? Did I hear him calling on Ghanaians to rise up? Wontumi no fear God. Just recently, he was brandishing gold bars. Those gold money, who did he spend it with? He should carry his own cross. Suglo sent this one. The Chief Justice's move to petition the Supreme Court over her own alleged misconduct, particularly with legal representation from a partisan former Attorney General, raises troubling questions. Her actions appear more aligned with shielding political interests than upholding the rule of law. This only deepens suspicions that she may be working behind the scenes to protect individuals accused of corruption. The law is the law. Renis Ibrahima says the EC should pay the officials they engaged in the just ended presidential and parliamentary elections. Okay, good morning to Musa Abatwa, who is doing the watching as well. There is a video a man made insulting the president because of this Wontumi, asking whether Wontumi is doing the galamsey in the president's hometown. That guy should know that Wontumi's mother is an Ashanti and the father is a Grusi man from Upper East, from James in Kumasi. Okay, thank you, James, for that information. Good morning. The economic stability is not by accident or chance, but due to fiscal discipline, unlike the reckless spending daily scandals of a bloated government and KK parties under the NPP. Why are the SA around GP and Naira nose diving in spite of the trade war? Indeed, we had gold for oil but still HIPIC and bankrupt under NPP. After messing up the economy, they want GM to fix the mess they created in 5 months. So NPP should shut up and allow GM to teach them how to manage a nation. All right, thank you, Ken Williams, for your message. Greetings to you and our favorite man, Solomon Owusu. He is more than a million. Kabila from Kadema. Thank you, Kabila. Good morning, Bless. The MPP grammar man and original chairman of a certain political party crying like the bongo man of Gabon for help. I thought he is the strongest man of party and region. It reminds me of his solid gold. Solid gold instead of saying solid gold. Solomon, please go and rescue him, for he was once your chairman. Bibi from Musuku. Prince Derek Ajay and Solo are absolutely correct. President Mahama and his NDC government must not continue exhausting our patience by demonstrating every day that in spite of their lip service pronouncements, they cannot honestly and diligently fulfill their promise about dutifully recovering all that has been criminally looted from Ghana over the years since 1966, that they cannot do so by enabling the law and order institutions of the Republic of Ghana to duly, professionally process and properly mete out punishments to those deserving them with all the necessary urgency. If that is increasingly becoming the case, the oral support community action as a group must independently start organizing, training and equipping themselves to carry out legitimate citizens' arrest of all criminal suspect for processing by community justice organs of people's power. Such organs must start preparing to arise from grassroots revolutionary upsurges of the masses of our still suffering people who are enduring what are actually criminal manifestations of creeping genocide and ecocide at the crime scene that is Ghana today.
It's actually guaranteed under the Constitution. The guarantees are stated clearly in the Constitution. Citizens' arrests are indeed constitutional.
Right. God bless you guys. This one came from Ak John Kiofori. God bless you too, Ak. Good morning, Bless. As we all know, there are farmlands that can help us to feed Ghana. I'm very surprised that those in charge of agriculture sector are not saying much about the galamsey menace that is destroying the surface of our farmlands. I think they should be highly involved in educating farmers on the need to drive away anyone who comes to destroy their farmlands with the galamsey business. They should also be seen using cinema to show the destructive nature of galamsey and its effect on our health and that of our animals. I read this last message. Good morning, Pan-African TV. Please tell Solomon Owusu he's too much. I always follow him on any talk show. Christopher Donkokrom, African Plains. So Afram Plains, you meant Afram Plains. All right, thank you. Right, let's. We have some 27 minutes more. We still have enough time to discuss another topic. Let's talk about the Ghana cedi, the successes that it is talking currently, and the fact that we are not just seeing it against the dollar, but it is reflecting on other currencies. I'll start with you, Solo. There's this concern. Why aren't traders reducing the prices of goods and services? Also, it appears that transport drivers and passengers are at war with regards to the new directive to reduce, fares. Why aren't we seeing? Why is it not reflecting? Is it going to take some time before it reflects on the lives of Ghanaians? This cedi surge.
There are a number of factors leading to this situation we find ourselves, and that is why, no matter how liberalized an economy is, the state also has some levels of control.
Right.
So when you go to various countries that are market driven, sectors like their utility, their transport, the government also have a say in it. It's very common to go to the UK and see metro working, public buses and so on. We have this type of system in our country, functioning very well. We do have it now, but now it's not functioning well. I remember OSA, Omnibus Service Authority, when we were growing up. They were functioning within the cities and across the cities. That school children, we never paid. You saw OSA bus, you just stop the bus, you enter, and they take you to the final destination. So I believe that with what is happening now, that we have left the entire transport sector into the hands of the private sector, the government will begin to revise its rules and control some aspect of it. The Ayalolo was a beautiful concept. The Metro Mass is a beautiful concept. SRSTC is a beautiful concept. The only thing is that the moment government enters in, then I don't know whether our managerial skills loses its weight. Because how can we, for instance, have a Metro Mass that has incurred a debt of about 125 million Ghana cedis? How? And this is not cutting the attention of government. So the debt, we are going to pay for it. Why human beings manage the place? So it's something that we need to revise it. GPRQ and their co-workers are taking all of us for a ride. Because it's a demand and supply situation. They have a weapon that if you decide to deal with them, we will not work. But that weapon is not enough. If they are not working, they are also not making the mass sales. So it means the Ministry of Transport must come in. Strongly, there has to be regulations in that sector. Formalize that sector. So that in unison, if transport fares are to go up, the government has a stake in it. And if it will go down, it has a stake in it.
Right.
They have always used increases in fuel prices as their base for us to increasing prices. That's the case. So if your argument has always been that you increase prices because fuel prices have gone up and today is down, must you even wait for us to tell you that it has to go down? All of a sudden they have understood economics, so they are veering to other areas. Pass are expensive. How many times do you buy pass in a year? I am a transporter myself. Some of these things, and you see, what is so annoying about it is that the sales are not going to the car owners. Because if you ask them, ever since they increased their various prices, the sales they have been doing to their car owners, has it increased drastically? These drivers and conductors, they want to make money in a day more than anybody. So that is one aspect of the leg. The second aspect is that, yes, people may have gone to buy goods in the past using that rate.
Yes.
And the stocks are not exhausted. That is also a fact.
Yes.
And so in these instances, what has to happen is that the government, and by extension the Bank of Ghana, must take steps to reduce the policy rate. Because you see, a lot of people go to the bank to go and borrow to import these goods. Now when you go and borrow, they give you a repayment schedule. You understand? And the various loan agreements that are done between customers and the bank has a clause in there that says that most of the loan agreements that we have has a clause that when policy rate increases, your repayment will also increase by that factor. When it decreases, the repayment will also have to decrease. So what it means is that the government must also take steps to reduce the policy rate for it to affect repayment rate. So that when it affects the repayment rate, then that person who is complaining that he bought the goods at a certain price and so cannot reduce, will have no business going by that argument, because then how much you are supposed to pay to the bank has been reduced to take care of any reduction that will affect your product. That is where we have to look at it. And beyond that, you see, my whole attitude is that we have to look at how we will sustain this whole stability.
Yeah.
In fact, that is the key in this. How do we sustain it? And this is where your various manifestos, the plan that the Movement for Change has given to the president, and the what's the name, National Development Planning Commission, the strategies they have, we must bring all these minds together to implement policies that will assure the sustainability of our city. And yet the first thing that comes to mind is concentration on agriculture. One of the testers made the point that there are vast lands there ready for agriculture. This is why government must redirect its focus. That goods or products that we have been importing that is causing us to expend more forex, we can have it in the interim. It wouldn't take much to be producing maize to feed our poultry farms to get more chicken, to reduce importation of chicken, so that we can get healthy chicken to eat in this country. We use the maize itself to also prepare kenke. Remember in the days leading to the elections, how many times we made reference to a ball of kenke, a ball of kenke.
Yeah.
A ball of kenke can come down when indeed the production of maize is up, transport fares are down, and we have good roads. These things will lead it to a reduction. So this is where we don't have to rejoice in the fact that it's coming down, but our focus now must begin to shift to how we can sustain it by engaging in productive or investing in the real sectors where we make agriculture a priority. And once we do that, it will stabilize for that long period. And maybe in the future, I have floated it, I don't know how feasible it works with them in the Akufo-Addo's administration. I said it, and within the next minute I heard him in a press conference attacking me indirectly. I had gone to say that from the UAE's model, hedging was a good thing, because having done business with them for 20 years, I realized that anytime we went there, the dirham to the dollar was pegged at 3.68. So even sitting here, if I'm going to do business, I can plan. So we must also consider hedging. The next moment he was meeting the press at the Jubilee, some people are suggesting that we must engage in hedging, and I said, what is this? So the governor of Bank of Ghana, together with him, must also look at the option or the idea of hedging, so that we can have stability in our currency. One of the problems with businesses is that in this country is that we can't plan. No businessman in this country can plan. Because you plan with
it's unpredictable.
It's so unpredictable. How can we live in a world where you can't plan anything? So hedging for me must be considered using the UAE model. And once we do that, all that we are looking for, every morning that we come here and we talk and talk and talk, is for the betterment of this country. Not too much about who leads this country. If my brother is leading the country and the Ghanaians are hungry, what is the benefit of it? But if someone is leading and I am okay, after all, Article 36 is so clear that the business of any government is to make the citizens happy. Once everyone is happy, we are good to go.